Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So here we are, Grand Theft Auto 4 on the Xbox One X, and well, if you have the Xbox One X, if you have the this game, if you purchased it, you can play it. Or if you have a disc, Xbox 360 disc, just put it inside your Xbox One X console, and you're good to go. Now, what's the key thing here that's great about this whole backward compatible thing on the Xbox One X? Well, the one great caveat here is the fact that upscaling to 4K to 8.3 million pixels, it's really going to make this game look better than as you would on playing it, for example, on the Xbox 360 console. Okay, so that's the advantage here, that you're going to get a much better, sharper, cleaner detail on the upscale, because you're upscaling to 8.3 million pixels instead of you playing it on a 720p. What was it, 720p back then? Yeah. So look at it this way. This is 720p that's being upscaled to 4K. So you're gonna have a much better, sharper detail than if you were to play it just on 720p. But let's talk about the backward compatibility and why is this such a big deal for the Xbox One X, and why I think personally this is a big deal. I'll tell you why I think it's a big deal. First of all, I like the idea where you can have one place, one console, and all of your Xbox games are there. Every single game that came from 2001 all the way till now, you can play it on the Xbox One X. So you truly get to experience the brand. Like you get to experience every single and each game that was available on the Xbox since 2001. Okay? As I like to call it, the Bill Gates box, because that's really what it was in the 2001. You know, Bill Gates really wanted to take the Microsoft into the console world. He really wanted to be competitive with Sony. Okay, and I think he did a great job. I think Bill Gates definitely succeeded with the Xbox. There's no question about that. But let's talk about the Sony for a little bit. And it's funny that I have to mention the Sony, because if you look at Sony, and if you look what Sony did back in 2000, with the release of the PlayStation 2 console, not only did they include DVD player, and PlayStation 2 was the only console that supported the DVD player inside, and people were buying it. Some of them were buying it for the DVD player, and some of them are buying it because simply it's just the greatest console to play on. But what was also cool about the Sony back in 2000 was the fact that you could play all of your existing PlayStation 1 games. So if you have a PlayStation 2, you can play all your PlayStation 1 games, and that was a cool thing that Sony was doing. And Sony was the first one that started doing that. Sony was the leader when it came to bringing the backward compatible games to their consoles. Sony was the leader in that. Same thing they did with the PlayStation 3, where you can play all of your PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, and of course your existing PlayStation 3 games. However, on the PlayStation 4, that was not the case. On the PlayStation 4, things have changed. Things have changed, and on PlayStation 4, they didn't do that. And I felt that Sony have missed the opportunity, that Sony has missed a great opportunity with skipping the whole backward compatible thing. I think that was the one negative. If I have to give a negative to Sony, I would say that was their biggest negative by not including the backward compatible games on the PlayStation 4. Imagine how cool it would be if they included all of your PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games onto a PlayStation 4. Now, I heard a rumor that they will do that with PlayStation 5. I don't know this for a fact, It's just a rumor. Okay? So, the whole point here about this video is for me to tell you that yes, backward compatible games are very important for the console. And I think what Phil Spencer has done here, I think he has proved the point that yes, you have to give gamers what they want. You have to give them the backward compatibility. That adds the value to the brand. That adds the value to the experience of that console. All right? Because I want to play these old games. I want to go through them. I have a nostalgia. I want to play them. And it's also a cool way for these new generation kids to experience some of these old games and play them. Okay? And it's funny that I mentioned Sony here. The reason I'm talking about this is because the tables have turned. You know, it used to be Sony who was doing this. But now things have turned. Now it's the Xbox, Microsoft that's doing this, that it's giving us the backward compatibility and that it's giving us the 4K player. It used to be Sony who would give us the new 4K player or new player format, and they would give us the backward compatible games. I think Sony made a mistake with this whole PlayStation Now thing. Honestly, I think PlayStation Now, it was a big mistake. They should have just create some kind of a service where you sign up for it, and it's like $10 a month, and you have the library of all of your PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games. And if you have your own disc, that's okay. Put it in and you can play it. But I also heard the reason they couldn't do that is because PlayStation 3 hardware limits, PlayStation 4 hardware limits the ability for them to emulate those PlayStation 3 games, you know. But I still find it interesting that Sony, when they were designing the PlayStation 4 in 2010, 2011, 2012, and they're releasing it in 2013, that they skipped on this, that they didn't think about this when they were designing it. So here we are, Grand Theft Auto 4. As you can see, it looks great.
Come on, big guy, either do some work or get out of here. We don't need jokers. Screw you! Baby, when I look into your eyes, it
now, graphically, you're not going to see like some major difference, but I think the key thing you're going to notice is you're going to notice just how beautifully the upscale, it's doing its job here. That's because you have a very powerful GPU to do that.
Very difficult, I think. Hello, Roman. Hello, Miss.
Mallory, this is my cousin I tell you about, Nico. Nico, this is Mallory, the beautiful girl I tell you about. See? Not everything I tell you is bullshit.
I bet most of it was.
Hey.
I hope you're less full of shit than your cousin over here.
Thank you. This is the woman that I'm going to marry.
Whatever you say.
I thought you were going to marry me, baby.
Hey, bud. Great.
Now, you can't expect too much from the graphics because we're talking 2007, or is it 2008? 2007, 2008, around there somewhere, I'm guessing, okay? If my memory holds me correctly.
No, we didn't speak.
But,
You spoke. Then you say
remember,
you're out of batteries. You treat me like a bitch.
it's not all about
Treat you like an
the
idiot, not
graphics.
a
You know.
bitch,
The
huh?
key thing here is the gameplay. That's why Rockstar Games is so successful, because they really push the envelope here. Now, graphically, this was a big deal back then. You know, graphically, for an open world game, this was a pretty big deal back then in 2007. Okay.
I'll have his head chopped off and put a film of it on the internet.
Oh, good. Great.
But I'm sure you will see what I'm talking about. Okay.
Fantastic.
Here's the game that's not even enhanced. They're not using any Xbox enhancements here. The only thing they're using here is a really good upscale
Darling,
that's trying to render
I've got to take my cousin around
the
the corner.
720p source to fit 8.3 million pixels. And I think it looks really great. I know this is available on a PC. I know you can play it on a PC, but again, hold on, let me,
Home improvements, Roman.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I cannot have the music playing and all that. If I do, I'll get flagged, so Let me just, turn down that crap.
Room game where I'll win all the dollars we need to really see this town. Nightclubs, women, titties.
You can play, right? Ti si dobar u ovoj igri?
I am the best.
TC Doba, he says you're good at this game.
They call me the janitor.
Because you can't pay your debts and they make you mop the floor? Never ovadno.
There's always been a question, where is he from? Is he from Russia or is he from Serbia? I think he was mainly from Serbia. Niko Bellic is from Serbia, dude. Because I can tell the way he's talking, I can tell that it's definitely Serbian.
Only problem is I'm playing with some money I meant to give to these Albanian scumbags.
You see that they're talking about Albanians as well, so this is definitely my back of the woods,
After
me, it doesn't matter anyway.
So let's get back to this, the whole point of this video, obviously. And that's that backward compatibility has proven to really be successful. And I think what Phil Spencer has done, I mean, honestly, if you look at what this guy has done since 2013, he really tried to slowly bring Xbox, Microsoft brand into a totally new direction, giving people a choice, giving people what they want, giving the gamers what they want. And I think that's something that I hope that other companies learn from Phil Spencer. You got to give gamers what they want. Like, the only way you're going to be successful is if you give gamers what they want. If you don't give them what they want, then you're going to fail, okay? And I think Phil Spencer has proven that point. If you give the gamers what they want, you will get that success one way or the other. Because he listened to what we were saying. We wanted the backward compatible games. He gave us the backward compatible games. Okay, we wanted to play the games on a PC, play them anywhere. Well, he gave us the choice to play them anywhere. And now he's giving us even a bigger choice to choose how we want to play them. Some of the games will be available on Steam, so he will be able to bring even more people to this whole Xbox brand, where you're gonna have people playing Halo cross-platform with the Xbox via Steam. And if that's not enough, they're also gonna do the xCloud, which is coming this October. The xCloud's gonna give you that another option to take your experience where you want to take it. And I think that's awesome, dude. So, here, let me exit out of the car a little bit here. Let me walk around, because I don't want to be in the car because of the radio. I don't want to get flagged. Some yo-yo's going to flag me because he heard his song or whatever. That's the one big issue in YouTube nowadays. Everybody wants to make a quick cash. Let's just hit the flag. Oh, I need to get back inside the car. That's right. How do I turn this radio off? So, like I said in the beginning of this video, the whole point of this video is for me to kind of remind you why you want to have these backward compatible games, and why you want to play these backward compatible games. It's not just Grand Theft Auto 4, obviously Grand Theft Auto 4 is one example of that, but there's other games out there. Like I said, Too Human, you can play Too Human, you can play Splinter Cell, you can play Indiana Jones. There's tons of games that you can experience. Halo Master Chief Collection,
We're gonna stop this great jazz to go to a commercial.
You're taking your workout to the line. So quiet out here, Romans. You winning? Molim te reci da.
You see, he says Molim te reci da, means he says, please tell me that you're coming.
Like an athlete. You may not be an athlete, but you can drink like one. How? Through revolutions in nano-level high-performance electrochemistry. Electrolytes Extreme Sports Drink. If you don't replenish electrolytes as you work out, you could die.
It's been a long time since I played this game, dude. I've totally forgotten, like... I even forgotten the story of the game, honestly. It's been such a long time.
Roman, it looks like your money-lending friends are here. Trendy colored sweat, just like in the adverts. Electrolytes Extreme Sports Drink comes in Arctic douche, icicle fire, and yellow snow.
Hold on a second. I gotta put myself over here.
Then drink it back to health. Electrolytes Extreme Sports Drink.
JNR 108.5. Jazz Nation Radio.
And this is a cool feature that you had the phone, actually, that you can use the phone in the game. That was another cool feature that I like.
I think they're the loan sharks you speak of.
I'm down.
You better get out of there.
All right, I'm coming.
There he goes. All right, let me put myself over here.
They must have been told I was here.
Right over here in the middle. That's fine.
Money, Bellic.
Please don't hurt the men after us, cousin. They hate me enough as it is. Get us back to the depot, quick! Careful!
I can't believe I'm listening to the jazz while I'm driving.
All right, cousin, I'll lose them. Sadanie takoteshko.
So Daniel Takoteshko says, I hope it's not that difficult. So he's definitely Serbian, yeah, for sure.
Leave the funny comments to me.
Because I totally understand everything he's saying. I totally get it. You know, I can still play it like this. It doesn't really bother me. You see, it's not all about the graphics. If the game it's fun, if the game has that replay value, then it doesn't really. The graphics really don't even play that much of a key role for me, honestly. Oh, I'm sorry.
They're gone. Perfect. That is the last we
I would like to see a Grand Theft Auto Vice City backward compatible. I don't know. Is it backward compatible? I don't know. Is the Grand Theft Auto Vice City backward compatible? I'm not sure.
We're here. You like your phone? Maybe one
I
day
hope it
you'll
is.
bring
I don't
a
know.
quality one like mine. Then you will have really made it.
I can only wish.
See you later, cousin.
I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for me to put my damn camera here. Alright, there it is. Cloud Save Games. There it is. It's right there. Alright, so like I said, backward compatibility to me it's like something that I'm glad that the Microsoft has done, and I hope that Sony does the same thing with their new consoles. I really hope that they do that, because this is only going to add to the experience on Sony, and hopefully they do that. Yeah, man. Grand Theft Auto 4.
I hope you're enjoying this great jazz music. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it.
Hey, Roman, I got your text.
Right. I've got my hands full at the moment with these charming money lenders I know. Maybe you should come to the cab office and help me out.
I'll see you soon.
Even some of the females, man. Sometimes a lady would open my bag, or she would just rip my bag open and break the zippers on it. Act pretty manners and acted like she wanted to kick my
So there you have it, guys. I just want to do this quick video. Just talk about the importance of the backward compatibility and why I think that this is something that I hope Sony does in the future, because I know that majority of us who own the PlayStation would love to play all of these PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, and PlayStation 3 games, and even PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5. We want to see everything into a one pot, where you have one console and you have access to all of it, the entire library since 1997, right? And hopefully Sony will do that. I think they will do that. I mean, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do it. Like, why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they approach it that way? That would be like a totally missed opportunity, if you ask me personally. I think they will. Part of me believes that they will do that in the future, and I hope that they do. Well, let me park the car over here. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of give you a little glimpse on why I believe the backward compatibility is very important, and why I think that this is something that Sony needs to be very strong on. This is something Sony needs to really go deep on it, and bring us the entire library of all of their games since 1997 all the way till now. Bring us that library of games, and I guarantee you, you're gonna make the Sony gamers super happy, and you're gonna make everyone happy if you do that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So to me, that's the one thing that's missing right now on the Sony. That's the one caveat that's missing on the Sony right now. Xbox, pretty much, it's a leader when it comes to backward compatibility, and they are taking the advantage of the GPU to enhance it and also to upscale it. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think the backward compatibility is important, or it's not important, or you think that Sony should be not bothering with that? Let me know what you think. Give me your opinions and thoughts on this. Alright? Have a good one though. Take care. Make sure to check out my previous video regarding the Metro Exodus running on my 32:9 ultra wide monitor. Alright guys, take care. Have a good one. Cheers.